Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of What's Wrong with Wrestling. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Eric Slamilton Hamilton.
It looks like we just watched All Out.
Yeah.
And all I could think was spot, 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 spot. Everybody!
Spot, spot.
I mean, it's almost too spotty.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like we do an amazing move, and, like, they should be dead for 20 minutes.
Nope.
Here's the amazing move. Boom! Oh, my God. Right back up, double super. Oh, my God. Oh, and it's like no one sells anything.
No.
There's no selling.
Because there's no time to sell because you got to get the next spot in.
There are no salesmen.
No.
You know what's funny though is this happened with Double or Nothing, and we got one WWE match, and it was Cody versus Dustin, obviously, and that was the best type of WWE match. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
it was great. And then for All Out, our WWE match was Cody and Shawn Spears.
Yeah.
And it was the best match on the show.
Right.
At least I thought.
Because I thought, you're right, because it was a wrestling match.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
a little story.
With
Everything else on the show was just spot fest.
Oh, there were so many good moments in that match.
Yeah.
So many good, you know what I mean?
For sure. But, like, everything else was spot fest. Every
Yes.
other match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jericho and Paige wrestled. But,
underwhelming when you have a show like this, and then that match is like, okay, it's okay. It wasn't, like, blowing me away. It wasn't
it's
5
just-
stars.
It's anticlimactic because his finisher, the code breaker, is so much better
Right. Then the elbow.
than an elbow.
A back elbow.
Yeah.
Judas Priest's move of death.
And Jericho's like,
No, it's that elbow.
Jericho's like reinvented himself more than anyone.
Uh-huh.
And he always likes to have like a new finisher when he does it.
Right.
But in this case, you don't need one. You invented the code breaker, and it's fucking great.
It is.
Just
do
come
that.
up with something better than a back elbow.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
He has so many finishers. So, like the Lion Salt, the Walls of Jericho, the Code Breaker, now the Judas Elbow. And the Code Breaker's, that's a good finish, even for a bad guy.
Yeah.
Sure.
It really is.
sure.
So I think that's the main thing that was lacking for the final match, is it just kind of like ended because, it's a fucking elbow. Yeah. But anyways.
After literally like moves that are like 10 out of 10 for his pain content.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Pin?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
But for anyone
They have
that
razor blades in his elbow or something?
That's what it is. He got a metal plate put on his elbow.
right.
The big Bob Orton.
I don't know what you thought about the entire pay-per-view. I guess we can grade it as we go if you want. But for anyone that was expecting CM Punk and they were like, well, fuck this because CM Punk didn't show up. Like, that's just not fair to AEW.
No. Of
Because
course
they
not.
would love to have CM Punk.
Right.
It's not their fault.
Yeah,
it's
it's not-
Punk's fault.
Yeah, CM Punk has said multiple times in the 6 years since he's departed WWE, I want nothing to do with pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in the ring. I don't want to wrestle.
Hey, Punk, do you want to come to a show where you can make money with pro wrestling fans?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take your money by not getting in the ring.
He hates wrestling, but he loves their money. He loves wrestling fans' money.
Yes, of course.
And again, like if he was gonna show up at All Out, he wouldn't have done an appearance 2 hours before All Out in the same city,
Right.
Because then it wouldn't be a surprise. So many fans were expecting him to show up.
Right.
Like if he's not making an appearance,
Like if his panel would have been like Friday night, then I could have said, maybe
No,
there's
Eric,
a chance.
not even.
No, not even.
That would be like
Not
Moxley doing a panel right before Double or
Oh,
Nothing.
right, yeah.
Right.
And
No,
then
that's a
it's
good
like,
point.
oh look, it's Moxley, and it's like, well, yeah, that's
no shit, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Exactly.
So
You almost knew it wasn't going to happen. I mean, look, I'm out on CM Punk forever.
Right.
If he ever shows up to anything, it'll just be great. And
Right.
if he doesn't, then I'm not expecting anything. No
Right.
more.
You're fine
do you
with
guys
it
think
also.
at the Rumble? No more. All In is this year. Like no more of that.
I mean,
I'm done worrying about it.
he must really hate wrestling.
For sure.
Right.
Because you have a chance to really stick it to Vince and the WWE.
We said this when we did the All In.
You would
recap.
beat them. You would beat
You
them.
would beat them. It's
Yeah.
an easy. There's a layup. You can make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
a minimum of $1 million a year.
Oh, yeah.
And literally fight and try to take down the company you hate.
Right.
Who wouldn't do that?
And you would wrestle once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. They don't
Who
do house
wouldn't
shows.
do that? But hey, I guess he's got.
He wouldn't even wrestle once a week. He's too big of a name to wrestle once a week.
That's true.
Correct.
But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna start things off with the buy-in, which is their pre-show.
Yeah.
Buy-in's a better name than kickoff.
Kickoff party.
Which is like, oh, it's football kickoff. Yeah, it's football.
Good shit.
It's a kickoff show.
Let's kick things off with terrible matches.
Yeah. And again, they do their pre-shows way better because the pre-show starts and then within a minute there's a match. Whereas you start the WWE pre-show and it's 20 minutes of panels.
Minimum.
20 minutes of panels. So who do you think's gonna win? And then Booker T's like, I got Brock Lesnar, yeah. And then
maybe when it's me, Renee, the person you did not tune in to see, and now you're gonna have to see me for 30 minutes.
Oh, now it's been Charlie
Caruso.
Huh? Now it's been Charlie Caruso.
Now, yeah.
Whoever.
I mean, that's why they put her on there, get people to watch because
that's the only reason I would watch.
Yeah,
guys,
she's on there.
It's me, Charlie Caruso, Booker T, and the man you tuned in for, David Otunga. We're here to break down what you've already seen us break down on the main show for the last month. So
we're going to be playing.
What's your favorite vignette? Oh, the Roman one? Here it is 6 times.
Oh my God.
Here it is
please.
6 times.
I don't even want to hear about it. Have you guys been paying attention to Charlie Caruso's horcation over the last couple of weeks?
Jesus.
On Instagram?
No.
Damn, my God. It's phenomenal. She's in a bikini everywhere she goes.
Everywhere.
She's like, hey, we're at a party. Woo. She's like, hey, we're at the supermarket. Woo.
Hey,
She's
we're
like,
at McDonald's. Woo.
Hey, we're at the Sistine Chapel. Woo. In the thong. No, I'm kidding, but...
Not really.
Not really.
I'm kind of kidding, but it's been great. It's been really great to watch that for the past week.
Yeah,
and it's not over yet. It's still happening.
I know, this is so graphic. The handstand.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
With her boobs falling out.
And she's like on ESPN now. She's an anchor. She's a fill-in anchor on ESPN.
Like Sports Center.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Oh, and she goes by her real name. Analt.
Tits McGee.
Chuck. Charles.
Tits McGee.
It's on there, isn't it? Analt or whatever. Isn't it on her Instagram?
A better name.
Oh, like on the title here?
Yeah.
Arnold? Charlie Arnold?
Yeah, that's it.
Isn't that
it's got to be a real
Sean
name, I guess?
Spears' real name?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
I thought it was Sean Spears.
Yeah.
No, his real name's Ty Dillinger.
Oh, my bad.
Damn, I have to look up all of these now.
All right, so we start off with the women's battle casino royale.
Yes.
There was some good, lots of bad. Overall, a very sloppy match.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when you let everyone do whatever they want.
Correct.
Like, hey, just do whatever you want.
Have fun.
Even if you're not good.
Have fun out there.
Even if you're not good at it, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to name all the participants, just the ones that we know or kind of know. Mm-hmm. Because, there's too many people that we don't know.
Right.
So we have Nyla Rose, Leva Bates, and Priscilla Kelly. They're in the first group of 5. If you don't remember Priscilla Kelly, she's the one that shoved a bloody tampon in another wrestler's mouth, like at an indie show earlier in the year or whatever. And she got.
Did she do that to Joey Ryan?
It wasn't a joke. No, she's
another woman.
I think she shoved her finger up his ass.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. So they all team up on Nyla Rose to start the match, but it doesn't work. Leva Bates almost gets eliminated, but Peter Avalon, the other librarian, puts books on the floor for Bates to walk on, very similar to when the New Day did that with the pancakes.
Which I thought was dumb.
Which I think was it this past year or the year before?
Before.
Okay. So Rose eliminates the other 4 women before the next group comes out. And Rose threw Priscilla Kelly out of the ring, and the other girls were supposed to catch her, but they didn't.
Nope.
So Kelly just fell flat on the floor.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we fucked up.
Oops.
And then Peter Avalon tries to attack Rose, but ends up just throwing himself out. Like
almost
fucking
like
idiot.
no one touched him.
She didn't touch him.
No.
He just ran past her and flew out of the ring.
Whoa.
So fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, again, I'm glad he's never on the main show, and like neither of them, because it's too stupid.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be on anyway, especially when your show's called All Elite. You know, like that's not elite at all. Like, not at all. It's just horrible. It's corny bullshit.
Yep.
So,
like I said, they bring the Japanese kabuki theater wrestling to AEW.
Yeah.
And it's like, but no, I get that was popular in Japan, but know your audience.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're not in Japan.
Well, like New Japan doesn't do that because New Japan's all men, so it's like strictly the all women wrestling companies in Japan. Which who watches that? Like,
Not Americans.
no one does. So, anyways, the next group features Penelope Ford and DMD Britt Baker. Which, again, if we were doing awards, Penelope Ford's like got to be the hottest one, right?
Yeah.
She's nice.
She's smoking.
Yeah.
Baker eliminates someone by grabbing her opponent's teeth and then pulling her out of the ring.
Gotcha.
Only a dentist would know how to do that.
She's, yeah.
You know, I would have no idea how to do that.
Right.
I'd be like, I don't have this.
They'd be
skill
like,
set.
"What are you doing?" She does it. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that
I don't
tooth's
have.
about to come
I don't
out."
have the training.
Yeah.
I haven't been dicked down.
She should do a spot where, like, she pulls out someone's tooth.
Sure.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God.
This,
like Triple H with
like
the
this.
nose ring.
No, like, and all of a sudden she shows the truth. Like, oh
Right.
my God!
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Only a dentist could do that.
only her and, what the fuck was Kane's, what was his name?
Oh yeah, Isaac Yankem.
Isaac Yankem.
Isaac,
Yes.
Isaac Yankem.
Yankem. Oh, I just made that connection.
So one woman stood up to Nyla Rose, and she did this by putting her thumb in her own mouth, like a cartoon character, like, you know, like to blow herself up to make herself buff.
Kabuki.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
What?
Doesn't work.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
And then later in the match, someone else did the exact same thing. They stood up to Rose and did the... It's like, you can't do it twice.
No.
No.
It's bad enough once.
No,
Bad enough
Andrew.
once, yeah.
Andrew. I think it's Cody being lazy. Like, all right, guys, just go have fun.
Yeah.
Go out there.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Good game, everyone. Good game.
Here's who wins. Outside
You know
of
what?
that, I don't care what happens.
You girls pick who wins.
Right.
Yeah. So the next group features Bea Priestley, Brandy Rhodes, Awesome Kong, and Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma.
Wow.
I thought she was with
Didn't she
Impact.
just debut at Impact?
She did.
Yeah, but you can sign whatever you want at Impact. You're
I
like,
guess so.
I might appear on WWE next week. They're like, that's fine, sign. Will
Well,
you appear here this week? Sign it.
Yeah. The Impact doesn't. They don't have a hold like WWE. They let their talent do whatever.
Well, because they're independent contracts or contractors, they kind of have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone but Vince McMahon.
Right.
Yeah. So Baker goes after Priestley outside the ring for some revenge from Fight for the Fallen. Brandy Rhodes ends up face to face with Nyla Rose, and Brandy hits Rose with a stunner. So Brandy does more damage to Nyla Rose than anyone else in this match did.
Yeah. Even the people who, surprisingly,
Hey, she knows the owner.
It's true.
Well.
very well.
Plus, she's the executive vice president of Tits or something. Whatever she is.
The brand officer.
Yeah, the
chief.
brand.
Officer. So Awesome Kong eliminates... she doesn't last long, Emma. Poor Emma. She eliminates Dashwood and some other girl with the slowest punch combo ever. Awesome Kong was just like... and then, she fell out of the ring. It was really bad.
Yeah.
The next group has Allie Teal Piper, who is Roddy Piper's actual daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, who knew this?
And she can't use the Piper gimmick because Ronda's got that shit locked down.
But she is hot.
Yeah.
She is super hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, why have we not heard of her before this?
Because she's probably like 18. She probably just turned 18.
What is their first name?
Teal Piper?
Teal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Onto the internet, Joe goes.
Joe's gone for the next half hour.
Just say my name if you want me to respond.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then we also have, I'll just like do this.
Jesus! Oh, yes.
Hey, Joe. And we also have Jazz in that group.
Jazz, like old WWE Jazz?
Yes.
Okay, yikes.
Jazz. And she's bald. So Allie goes right after Brandy. A bunch of the competitors gang up to eliminate Awesome Kong. Jazz also gets eliminated after that. And then the Joker card is Mercedes Martinez, who looks... I thought it was Chris Cyborg. I literally...
Oh, really?
I was like, they got Cyborg?
Mercedes Martinez was in both seasons of the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, she made it pretty far. I think she was on NXT once or twice.
She was.
Yeah.
I looked her up because I forgot. But she looks just like Cyborg.
She does.
Allie and Baker throw out...
That's unfortunate.
Poor man's Cyborg.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Allie and Baker throw out Brandy Rhodes. Nyla Rose eliminates Allie. Baker eliminates Martinez with a super kick. So the final three is Baker, Priestley, and Rose. Baker and Priestley, even though they hate each other, they team up. They throw Rose over the top rope, but she hangs on. They charge at her, but then Rose does a super slow, like she puts one hand on the apron and then like lifts both her legs in the air, and it looked horrible, and they just like run into her legs. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Baker then hits Priestley with the Canadian Destroyer. In the end, Baker eliminates Priestley, but then they do the Hogan Sid thing with Priestley pulling on Baker's arm, letting Nyla Rose easily eliminate Baker for the win. So now Nyla Rose will compete for the AEW Women's Championship on the debut episode.
Do we know who she'll be competing against?
We find out later on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they also showed the women's title, and it doesn't look great.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame. I don't know. But next up we have...
So, yeah. I guess I'll just, yeah.
What?
Do we know if what he, is it still...
She's transgender. She was a man.
Well, does that mean like...
I don't know if she had the operation. No, I don't.
Because you could be transgender and not
Right.
have gone through...
Pre-op, post-op, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if she's pre-op, I guess we would have been able to tell during the match.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting if the first women's champion is a man.
Born a man.
And it seems like they're going to do that.
We'll see. You've got
Now,
David versus Goliath.
Here's the thing. Here's the
goes.
thing, though. Is it because they believe in her talent as a wrestler, or because
She's not good.
For-
They want to
aggressive.
make... Yeah.
She's not good.
because
gotta
they
be
want to
that.
be headlines?
Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be that, Eric.
Yeah.
She's not good.
She's not good.
Right.
She's just big. And it's just like, you can't do this in real sports. And they actually did. There was actually an MMA company that let a man transition to a woman, and then he was just beating the fuck out of women.
Right.
And it was horrible. You can't do that. That's
You
so
can't
fucked up.
change DNA. I'm sorry. I don't care. You want to live your life. By the way, live your life. I don't care what you want to do with your life. Do it. But when it comes to competition, you're born with testosterone and DNA. It's just not a fair fight. Literally.
Especially when it comes to fighting. I get
Right.
this is fake wrestling, but still.
Yeah, fake wrestling. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. You could have Shawn Michaels put a wig on, call himself a girl. It's pro wrestling. You can do whatever you want.
Right. Didn't Santina Marella win
Yes.
She won something.
Yes.
I mean, technically, he was transgender.
A battle royal.
Maybe he was the first transgender.
Well, he was
She the
claiming
first.
he was claiming to be his sister.
he was claiming to be his own sister.
And we still don't know for sure. Remember, they were on the same screen once.
That's true.
It was heavily edited.
We don't know for sure.
No,
Yeah.
we.
He
Never
might have
know.
a sister.
It might.
So next up, we have Private Party versus Jack Evans and Helico. And Evans and Helico do a great tag team move early on, which should be a finisher, but Mark Quinn kicks out, no problem.
No problem at all.
Private Party did some tag team moves that just didn't make sense, not in a good way. Like they did a stunner, like I stun you, but then I'm going to hold it. You're not going to pop off so that the other guy can just kick you. Right. It's just like stupid shit like that. And then also, and this was almost every tag match of the night, but like, what's the point of tagging in and out if everyone's just going to be in the ring the whole match?
The entire match.
I mean, like, they did some tags, but, like, why? You're all in the match, and, like, you're all in the ring. Like, 80% of the match, that everyone's in the ring.
There was definitely some ECW kind of style because like it seemed like every match was a no DQ match.
A
there
tornado.
was so many things happening in every match.
Yeah.
That like even if the ref was looking and someone got hit with something, it was like, yeah, all right, I'll allow it.
Just say it's a tornado tag team match.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Private Party gets the win with a Hurricane Rana off the top rope into an RKO or a cutter, as they call it.
Right.
But, again, it was like, were there more cutters or super kicks on this pay-per-view?
Right.
Because there was a ton.
A ton.
After the match, Evans and Angelico attack Private Party and put them in submission. They put them in submission holds.
Yeah.
So these guys waited until after the match to do wrestling moves.
Right.
Of course.
That was their first wrestling move.
Should have went for those earlier, fellas.
Yeah. Like, you could just you lost, but then you beat them up after the match. Why didn't you do this for the match? If it's that easy.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think it's time. We just start training with Booker T, and then in a year we'll be headlining AEW. Because we can wrestle. And we're big compared to most of these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally think I'm twice the size of Jungle Boy. Twice.
I mean,
Which means I'm 3 times the size of his little buddy.
Marco Stunts. Yeah, Marco Stunts listed as 5'2", which means he's like 4'9".
4'9". Like Matthew just hit 4'10".
Yeah, I mean, come on. So next up, we have a video promo for a new upcoming wrestler. We see him. He's a big buff guy. He's walking with some hot chick in a parking lot when 4 random guys just fucking attack him for no reason.
That's a good promo for a wrestler.
3 scrawny guys. 4 guys.
Hey. Yeah.
Hey, look at that big buff guy who's the size of the 4 of us.
Let's go beat the shit out of him.
Let's go beat him up because he has a hot chick and I want to fuck that. So they attack him, but of course he kills them.
He murders them.
And then it just shows his name, and his name is Wardlow.
What?
Wardlow.
Like, think of like Wart and then Low.
Wardlow.
Yeah.
That's a horrible name.
Frogman.
Right. Wardlow?
One of the guys who attacks him looks up. He's like, well, what's the difference between you and me? I'm not wearing hockey pads.
You're
right.
What's the difference between you and me? Your name's not Wardlow.
Yeah. So the final thing in the buy-in, Jen Decker, formerly Jen Sturger, the girl that exposed Favre's dick pics. I don't know why she's the interviewer here. I don't understand.
How does that world? What's the storyline behind that?
Seriously.
What's her journey?
Yeah, I know.
That she's now an AEW
So
announcer.
Weird. So Jen asks MJF, why don't you have a match tonight? But MJF is just literally staring at her tits.
Right.
It's fucking great.
It's like, do the question.
Yeah.
Do the question.
Oh, MJF, why don't you have a match tonight?
Yeah, fuck yeah, baby.
Huh? What?
He said something along the lines of like, yeah, oh yeah, fuck, yeah. Like, and then he was like, oh fuck. So
Jen Sturger, you were really emotionally destroyed by those penis pics of that NFL player. Now let's go to a professional wrestling organization that'll pay you money that'll do the exact same thing. Great job.
Back to you.
Back to you.
Yes. So MJF says he didn't want a match tonight because he wants to be in Cody's corner for his match against Shawn Spears. And then Decker asks MJF, what if Cody doesn't want you in his corner? And then he laughs that off and he tells her to call him. He's like, yeah, just call me. Come on. Yeah. Well,
so, Cody,
he should have been like, you get my picks?
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Cody's good guy, right?
He is now.
I don't know.
He is this week.
MJF?
Bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
So,
Yeah.
I'm a bad
Brandy.
guy. I'm going to be in the good guy corner.
No, but Brandy, bad guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
DDP, good guy.
Horribly bad guy.
DDP?
Super bad guy. Yoga? Some shit's evil. Do you ever try that shit?
No, the dog is a heel. That we know.
No, you're right. It's like 2 good guys and 2 bad guys. The Nightmare.
Yeah.
With a bad guy name.
Yeah.
So who the
Right.
fuck knows?
Yeah. So we start the All Out pay-per-view, and to start things off, we have SCU, who are the coolest bad guys. Not really. They want to be. I can't tell if they're bad either. I guess
not.
they're not.
Yeah.
They all like slap dicks at the
They
end
have a
of the
hug and
match.
kiss afterwards, but they face off against Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt, also known as Jurassic Express.
I mean, literally, my favorite thing about AEW.
I know.
It really is.
This is so great.
Maybe outside of Moxley, this is my
So,
favorite thing.
Yeah.
my friend Steven, who doesn't watch wrestling, he now has a friend because he lives in Louisiana. He has a friend / coworker who's into wrestling like we are, and he showed him All Elite Wrestling, and Steven was like, "Oh my god, I have to tell you about my favorite wrestler." And I just looked at him, I was like, "Luchasaurus," and he was like, "How did you know?" And I'm like, "Because he's awesome."
Right.
Because he's amazing.
And I know, I'm like, I know you, Steven. I know who you're going to like. It's obviously going to be Luchasaurus. But the video for their entrance was great. They did, the Jurassic Park with the cup of water.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Right.
But the only thing I don't like is this Marco Stunt kid because he's way too small to take seriously in the ring. Like, Rey Mysterio is small, but he has muscles.
He's got a little bit of mass.
He's buff. He took steroids. It's Marco.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But like Marco, he's got no muscle mass at all. You can't. I mean,
He's like 101 pounds, like
It's true.
wearing 20
'cause,
pound,
you
carrying
know,
20 pound dumbbells.
Yeah,
he's like 90 pounds, maybe.
it's too unrealistic to think that any one of the SCU
Yeah.
couldn't just small package him. Like, he's not breaking out of that. Like, just
Yeah.
grab him
Right.
and just fucking bring him to the ground and just pin him.
Yeah,
Count it,
but
ref.
Just hold his shoulders
Count
down.
to 30.
If one of them punched, if anyone,
Yeah, hold his shoulders down. Like your older brother used to do to you when you were
Yeah,
younger.
and then like
Or
threaten to like
sister for me.
do like the thing where you spit but like
Yeah.
suck it back up.
The ref's like, 1, 2.
no, don't do it.
He's like tapping out. He's like, okay, tap. You counted to 3, do it.
And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I fucked it up. Oh man, sorry about that.
Oh, and you went in your
yeah,
mouth.
and then the crowd's like, you fucked up. You fucked up.
No, seriously, you can just like hold him down and tickle him, and he'll tap out.
I'm gonna pee.
Do it.
Like if
Piss your pants.
if any one of us like punched Marco Stunt in the face in real life, he might die.
Yeah.
All of his teeth would be knocked down his throat.
Shoot out the back of his neck.
Like Sasha Banks weighs more than him,
Right.
Why don't
and
they?
she probably weighs 100 pounds.
Why don't they like throw him like over the ring from the other side of the ring? Like, that would be a cool spot.
Why don't they throw him like up into the top tier?
Into the fans.
Just put him on a catapult and see how far he goes.
A human cannon.
Yeah,
He goes like too far. He goes like out of the arena. Like,
I
oh,
guess
shit.
Spike Dudley was pretty small, had no mass, but Spike Dudley was cool.
Yeah, Spike Dudley would give you a really entertaining match. Like,
And Spike Dudley did a lot of hardcore shit.
oh, he did like his match against Mike Awesome for the ECW title. Mike Awesome was like 3 times the size of him in like height and width.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
anyways,
think he was closer to Ray than he was to what's this guy's name again?
Marco Stunt.
Marco
But still,
Stunt.
he
Yeah.
didn't have muscles, Spike.
No, he didn't.
But he was just awesome. He went through tables and
Yeah.
shit. But SCU wins by tombstoning Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy at the same time. And then they have everyone has a hug and kiss.
Of course.
Luchasaurus has yet to win in
Yeah.
AEW.
The guy who should be on top of the company
Yeah.
has won nothing.
He needs some fucking wins, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be the tag champs.
Right. First episode of AEW.
Yeah.
Turn on Jungle Boy. Why
Wait,
not?
they're not a part of the match that will decide who's in the first match, which will decide who gets a bye in the tournament for the AEW World Championship,
Yeah,
Tag
yeah,
Team Championship.
yeah. Yes.
They're not in that.
No.
That's
No.
ridiculous.
So that means they'll just be in the tournament.
so this is me at the tournament.
And lose in the first round.
yeah,
Right.
Anyways, next up we have Kenny Omega versus Pac. We've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Pac.
It's not Pac.
It's not Pac.
It's Pac.
No, we've been saying it wrong. Still, it's Neville. it's PAC. Neville.
Neville. Okay, sorry. Kenny Omega versus Neville.
Thank you.
And when Pac's music hit, it took a while for him to come out, and I was like, is he fucking with everyone? Because when he finally came out, I was like, what, did he do that just to fuck with everyone?
Right.
Like maybe Pac's not showing up again?
Maybe it is Moxley.
Yeah, right. But, it was a good match. They did a lot of shit to each other.
Yeah.
Omega went for a famouser, but Pac flipped out of it.
That was really cool.
Who is Prince Devitt? That's Ricochet?
No,
that
that's
was
Balor.
Finn Balor?
Yeah.
So I think it's funny that they talked about, they both have had huge matches with Prince Devitt, right? Was they were starting the match.
Mm-hmm.
They
Said that?
And I was like, it's so funny because it's almost like a completely different universe.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't Neville. That's a
Right.
different guy that was in WWE. This
Yeah.
is Pac.
Yeah.
Or this is Prince Devitt.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's literally two universes. It's like Marvel and DC.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's
Yeah.
a different actor.
Different actor.
Ryan Reynolds was Green Lantern, and then in Marvel, he's Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right.
But in the end, Omega goes for the one-winged angel, but Pac turns it into his submission, the Brutalizer, and he puts Omega to sleep for the win.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a lame finish. After everything that they did to each other,
Yeah.
Sure.
it ended with Omega going to sleep, literally.
But what happens with...
He went to sleep and then just kind of hunched over. And the
Omega
ref's like,
can't
"Oh,
win."
Call it.
He can't
Omega's
win.
going to be a jobber, right? Because
Yeah.
you can't have Moxley lose to him, right?
Right.
Yeah. No, Omega, what is he, 1-3 in the AEW or
Something like
something?
And he's only won in like a tag match.
There
Right.
was that one spot where Neville flipped off the top rope on the
Yeah.
outside and like hit his knee on the barricade.
Yes. Yeah, he hit the barricade.
Oh, I thought he was like he shattered his knee. I was like, oh.
So you had Omega versus Jericho in the their first ever pay-per-view, right?
all in.
That was Double or Nothing.
That was
Double
Double or
was technically the first AEW pay-per-view, yeah. But
Yeah. Was because they had their Alpha versus Omega in the New Japan thing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So in their first match, Jericho wins.
Uh-huh.
And then they didn't fight again, not in AEW.
Right.
So do you think like now, after losing a couple matches, like they'll have like Alpha Omega 3 for the title?
Oh.
Or they save Omega for like 2 years from now?
I think they save it. Because again, they like to say wins and losses matter. So why would he get a shot if he's lost?
Right.
You can have like the TV show start and then win, fight for the
Yeah,
title.
yeah, sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm just curious because Omega's your guy. He's the guy.
Well, is he?
He is. He's
Is
the
he?
guy for sure.
He's your guy?
No, I think he's a little hokey. But I'm saying like when you started
He's
this company,
corny.
it's do you have like Jericho? Cool. Oh, past his prime, but we love Jericho. Yeah, Cody. Yeah, I get it. Like wait, they got Omega. That's when this shit got real. When they announced that they had
Jericho's
Omega.
the bigger deal.
For
Yeah.
sure, but I'm
Omega
just saying, like,
came
Omega's the future of this company.
Maybe. He's probably like 38.
That's true.
I mean, I would say it's Adam
probably-
Page.
Yeah, but he's not 58 like Jericho.
yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of people love Omega, but,
Yeah.
his promos kind of suck.
It's just interesting that he's losing all the time.
Yeah.
No, he can't really talk on the mic, actually.
No,
He's
it's
not very good.
He's not very good.
Yeah, so.
So next up, we have the craziest match.
Oh, can I take this one?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Hi, I'm Darby Allin. I'm Jimmy Havoc, and I'm Joey Janela. Welcome to Jackass. All right, you want to go ahead and start you want to start reading the thing?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Good.
All right, so it's in a Cracker Barrel clash. Havoc's day. This is so stupid. Havoc grabs a staple gun from under the ring and then staples himself a few times. Whoa! And then Alan and Janela team up on Havoc early on. They duct tape him to a chair and then put tacks in his mouth and they duct tape his mouth shut. Oh my God, you're crazy. All right, that's enough. That's all I can do.
That is exactly what this was.
It really was.
It really was.
Look, let me paint a picture for you. Someone had a tray of biscuits thrown at them.
See, that's the thing. You can't say, this is another thing. You can't say we're not WWE, and then you have the hokiest WWE match.
Look, WWE made us watch 10-minute trailers for Life of Pets.
Yeah.
They never had, welcome to a Snickers
Match.
Hell in a Cell, where there's like
Where
there's
there's
Snicker
Snickers
bars.
hanging.
Yeah, all along the cage.
He's going to make him eat it. He's eating the
Yeah,
Snickers.
like, there was never product placement in the actual match.
I know.
Right.
Like the kendo stick doesn't say like Foot Locker.
Well, Eric,
Right.
they might be a billionaire, but they do need to make money for the business.
I know, right?
Well, it's like a WWE match where, when they do, it's a Halloween match and here's pumpkins and
Right.
oh, it's a Christmas match and they're bobbing for apples. Why?
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Gotta get that sweet
Because
Cracker Barrel money.
They had biscuits. I mean, the barrels, using the barrels, that's a cool move, but there's no fucking reason to have biscuits there.
right.
The barrels you got away with because they fucking destroyed them.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
It was stupid when they had the barrel in there for Omega and Jericho at Double or Nothing, and then, they couldn't get the barrel out, so Jericho had to just lift it up and be like, it's a fucking barrel.
Yep.
But anyways, a lot of stuff happened in this match.
Yeah.
Janela slammed Allen on the apron pretty hard. Janela then grabbed a tennis racket from under the ring, gagged, and then tossed it aside, which that was a...
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, because Jim Cornette hates him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's very outspoken how he doesn't like Joey Janela.
Bad boy Joey Janela.
So, yeah, they're feuding.
They're feuding
That's
on Twitter.
Janela's response.
yeah.
Right.
Havoc does a couple of paper cut spots to Janela, but they looked really fake. They looked too
Yeah.
fake to do. This is what they would do. All right, hold on. Give me your hand over here. He would have it here, and then he would just go, oh God!
Yeah,
And then they did the one in the mouth. And
Yeah.
he's just like,
Plus, you would see bloodline, if you really did it.
yeah. There'd be a
But
little.
you could do it better than that. I mean, the fucking paper he had was even laminated, so it makes it even safer.
Yeah.
But you could be like, oh, well, you're closing it. But he just went out, as if that does something.
Yeah.
So that was kind of lame. And then Havoc monkey flipped Janela, but Janela had a chair and he landed
That was incredible.
sitting on the chair.
I don't know how he did that.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how the chair stayed intact.
Right. Janela then jumped out of the ring and gave Allen a sunset flip pile driver through a table, which was nuts.
Yeah.
Janela then attempted a moonsault off the top rope to the outside, but Havoc moved, so Janela just landed on his face. He's not gonna have a long career.
No.
If he does this.
I mean, seriously.
It's not good.
He's
Havoc,
going to go from bad boy Joey Janela to early retired Joey Janela.
yeah. Havoc then hit Janela with some Cracker Barrel biscuits, and then they grabbed one of the giant barrels. And then Darby Allin brought in a skateboard with thumbtacks on it
Wrestling.
and
then
hit Janela with
ollied
it.
off of him.
Ollie.
Skateboard?
He did. That's what they call it. It's an ollie. And they-
Yeah. Tony Hawk was like, excuse me, sir.
Skateboards are not in anymore.
No.
Even skateboarders are like, skateboards?
Yeah, even Tony Hawk's like skateboards.
Sounds kind of weird.
Even skateboarders are like, skateboards? Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, there's no Tony Hawk games anymore, is there?
Right.
They don't still make those.
No.
No.
That was a great
even
game.
then, that's not skateboarding.
Yeah.
That was the,
Skate or die. Skate or die. You used to
game-
play that.
It was
Skeet or
horrible.
die?
Yeah, I remember
Skate
that.
or die.
Yeah, I know.
It was
It sounded
the
like you were saying skeet or die.
Skeet.
The
You're like,
controls.
skeet.
The controls were horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Those old Nintendo games, most of them had horrible
Oh,
controls.
like Paperboy?
Paperboy, yeah. Terrible. Anyways, Allen put Havoc on the steel steps and then jumped back first off the top rope with a barrel on his ass, but Havoc moved and the barrel exploded.
It was like a grenade.
But in the end, Havoc superplexed Janela onto a barrel and then clotheslined him on the barrel for the win. Havoc was the last guy I thought was winning this match.
Right, exactly.
I thought it was Darby Allin for sure.
Yeah.
But, crazy.
You had to have Havoc win this match.
Why?
Yeah?
Because he's the fucking craziest.
Is
Well,
this the Havoc guy?
It was a crazy, crazy match. You have to have the guy who's
Yeah.
crazy.
But in terms of spots, he didn't do the craziest stuff. He just staples himself.
That's
Didn't he get the mouthful of thumbtacks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
duct tape.
But maybe they weren't real thumbtacks.
And he sneezed.
They had to have been safety.
Oh, that's what they should have done. That would have been hilarious.
Right? They tickle his nose. He's like,
He just
And he goes. And they just sell it for him, like the announcer's like, he just swallowed 72 thumbtacks.
Next up, we have the Best Friends versus the Dark Order.
Best friend.
And this is where the winners get a first-round bye in the AEW Tag Team Tournament.
Right.
These teams did a better job of having an actual tag team match.
Good.
The Best Friends did a tag team RKO to Grayson, who was the smaller one on the Dark Order.
Yeah.
A tag team RKO or tag team cutter, Grayson kicks out, no problem.
No.
No
Not
problem.
an issue.
Dark Order had a cool spot when Evil Uno did a cannonball in the corner while Grayson hit a 450 splash off the top rope, but a kick out. Later, one of the Best Friends hit Grayson with a big move, and the other friend went for the pin, but Uno was late pulling him off, so that looked really bad because the ref just had to stop counting. The ref was like, 1, 2.
Ooh.
Oh. In the end, the Dark Order's Creepers interfered when the ref was distracted, and the Dark Order won with a tag team RKO finisher of their own.
Oh.
After the match was the best part, though.
Yeah.
The Dark Order and the Creepers continue to beat up the Best Friends, and they're about to kidnap them, but then the lights go out, and when they come back on, Orange Cassidy is standing in the ring.
Fresh squeeze.
Freshly squeezed. I love that line. Cassidy, with his hands in his pocket, does a suicide dive to take out the Creepers.
Yeah.
And then the Best Friends get in the ring and give Orange Cassidy a big hug. But that's how you use this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he can't have like a match.
No.
Does he have matches in indies with his hands in his pocket the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his thing?
There's a video of him and Gangrel, of all people, like having like a match, and they have they both have their hands in their pockets. They're just like trading like kicks, and then they both back up, and then they kind of do like a slow, lazy super kick to each other, and the crowd is like going insane.
Jesus.
But Orange Cassidy is officially signed with AEW.
Yes,
so
he is. Did you see that video?
that video.
He had where he announced like he signed with AEW. He had a blender, and he put like some oranges in there, and then the contract.
Yes.
And then, like blended it,
And then he drank it.
Yeah. He's like, the contract's in me now.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Oh, God, this is strange.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Hikaru Shida versus Rio. Winner faces Nyla Rose for the title. There were a few good spots, but overall, this match was long and boring with so many late kickouts. Oh, my God. It was bad. Rio did the coup de grace to Shida on the apron. That was probably the best spot of the match.
Yeah.
And then Rio won with a roll-up. And then after the match, Nyla Rose came out to the stage to stare her down.
Yawn.
Yeah, this is David versus Goliath, right? I mean, any reason to think, I don't know. Again, it's depending on what you want to do. Do you want to have like the
I guess
the progressive champion, or do you want to have
maybe Rio
David
does win because they're gonna, Jericho's the main champ. It seems like the Dark Order's winning these fucking tag titles.
Yeah.
So what? You're gonna have all heel champions?
Of course.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe it's Rio. That's for Rio. But I don't know why if it's not going to be Nyla Rose, like why not give it to Britt Baker or,
Maybe
Allie.
because Nyla
Allie.
Rose, who's going to beat Nyla Rose? No one
Right.
can beat her. And then then Britt Baker is like the one who emerges and overcomes.
Right.
Well, I'm saying
Climbs the mountain.
if you're not gonna have Nyla Rose win it, like I don't know, Rio's gonna be the champ.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So next up we have Cody
Asian
versus
Bailey, right? Is that what we call it?
Asian Bailey.
Next up we have Cody versus Shawn Spears. Match of the night. Spears' entrance was cool. There was no music at first, just the spotlight of him sitting on a chair by the stage, and of course Tully Blanchard is in his corner. And then Cody's entrance starts with a video package of Brandy walking the dog, then meeting up with DDP, and they're both in Star Trek outfits.
Right.
MJF meets them. He's not in a
Star Trek outfit.
cosplay. Then Cody comes out from underneath the stage, and he's in Star Trek cosplay as well. And if Cody's learned one thing from Triple H, it's give yourself the best entrances.
Yes. Yeah.
Comes from underneath the fucking stage.
Right.
Any reason for the Star Trek cosplay?
I have no idea. I
Right.
guess he likes Star Trek.
Right. They're like, Seth Rollins thinks he's cool with his Endgame Avenger time travel suit gear.
Yeah.
Wait till you see mine. Really? Star Trek?
Star
Red-
Trek?
You're a red shirt?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
Yeah, he's a red shirt, right? That's
Yeah.
not good.
No,
not good.
that's
The guy
the
who
worst
does.
thing.
Look, no one can cosplay like Johnny G. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Sure.
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Mr. Takeover outfit.
Absolutely. So Cody, Brandy, DDP, and MJF walk to the ring together, but then referee Earl Hebner tells Cody you can only have one person in your corner.
Is that a
only
rule?
get one.
Is that a rule?
It was. They said it was in the contract for the match, and Cody didn't know until after he signed it.
What?
Yeah, like
We had a contract signing. Why was this not brought up?
exactly.
I was going to bring 10 more people.
So Cody chooses MJF.
Why didn't he choose the dog?
He should have.
Right.
It was kind of funny when the pyro went off. Like the dog got scared and didn't want to come out, and like Brandy was like tugging on him. Like,
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Pulling
Here.
him by his fucking throat.
Right.
The fuck out here, you fuck.
Fucking poor
Fucking
dog.
mangy dog.
Fucking stupid bitch.
Dealing with PETA this morning.
Yeah. So Cody suicide
Calls and
dives.
Right.
Cody suicide dives onto Spears outside the ring, and then punches Tully in the face. They brawl through the crowd for a while before starting the match. Cody gave Spears a nice power slam outside the ring. Blanchard then grabbed Cody from behind, and Spears low blows him while Earl Hebner's fucking yelling at MJF.
Yeah.
Spears DDTs Cody on the apron, and then he takes Cody's weight belt off, and he's about to hit him with it, but Hebner tells him no. Spears tries to bully Hebner by pushing him, but Hebner pushes back.
Whoa.
And,
And Spears is like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Calm down, old man.
Well, it just
I don't want no trouble.
You got that old man strength. I can't deal with that.
it brings you back to when he did that with Triple H. It's
Yeah,
so fucking
right.
great. And then there's also like footage of a house show where Earl Hebner's beating up all of DX.
Yeah.
It's fucking the funniest things I've ever seen. He's beating up all of DX.
Yep.
So Spears gets scared and he tosses the belt, but then Tully gives Spears his own belt from his pants and he hits Cody with it. But he does it one too many times because then it makes Cody hulk up.
Should have stopped.
Yeah. And then Cody kind of did Cena's springboard stunner.
Yeah.
Except this was an RKO, a springboard cutter. Springboard cutter.
Yeah.
And then Spears gave Cody a Death Valley driver on the ramp. Later, Cody hit Crossroads and goes for the pin, but Tully got on the apron and distracted Hebner. And then Tully and MJF get in the ring and lock up, but Spears kicks MJF out of the ring. Tully then starts kicking MJF outside while Hebner yells at him, but then Arn Anderson comes out to the ring and gives Spears a beautiful spine buster.
It was nice.
He's what, 65?
Maybe
And
70.
he's still giving awesome spine busters.
right.
The old.
That was great.
Yeah.
And then Spears grabs a chair from under the ring, but Cody ends up with it. He thinks about smashing Spears' head in with the chair.
60.
Okay.
Yeah.
But instead he drops the chair, and then this was a weird part because Cody did Bubba Ray's punch combo.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, boom, 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 and then
But didn't-
and then
but
grab
didn't-
your dick, and then elbow.
Didn't Dusty used to do something like that too?
Oh, I guess it was more of a Dusty thing, huh?
Yeah.
But Dusty didn't grab his dick, right?
I don't think Dusty grabbed the dick.
Yeah, I think Dusty grabbed a dick or two.
Dusty would grab his own dick?
Yeah, I think so.
So that was never a Bubber thing? That was
No, I think he would like pump like pelvis thrust back
Maybe,
then.
yeah, maybe
Where he
pelvis
just
thrust.
Cody just added grabbing dick.
Well,
Yeah.
that was Bubba's thing.
Yeah.
So it was, I
Cody
guess it
had
was
an
a
itch, so he
combination of
played
both.
it off.
he played with his bone the penis.
Yeah.
So after that, he tosses the chair to Spears, springs off the ropes, and kicks the chair into Spears' face, which I guess that's not illegal.
No, it's not.
And then he hits the Crossroads for the win, which I thought Spears was going to win. But
I really did too.
But this was such a great match, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
After
No,
the
it
match, MJF picks up the chair, looks at Cody, and then tosses it to the side, and they embrace.
Right.
So they kind of like tease for like 5 seconds, like
Well, I'm a bad guy and you're a good guy, and
Yeah.
I probably should hit you with this,
right.
but not now.
So
Not today.
Cody as a singles wrestler, undefeated, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
He lost a tag match with his brother.
Well, yeah, and then him and Darby Allin went to time limit. So technically he didn't lose, but he didn't win that either.
Right.
So, yeah.
So he's 2-0-1, I guess. Do tag matches count on your record?
Yeah. If you're just talking straight up wins and losses, but unless you use the word singles
Yeah.
in there.
Still undefeated. So next up we have the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match for the AAA Tag Team titles. The Young Bucks came out with deer antlers.
Bucks.
Okay, but then what was those? Those masks were like the old doctor masks for like the bubonic
No,
plague.
they kind of look like deer skulls.
Did they?
Kind of. Yeah.
Did they? Or
Have
did
they ever
look-
come out like this before?
I
Maybe
don't think so.
somewhere else.
Not that I've seen.
And wouldn't a young buck not have antlers?
Yeah.
See,
I
they're
don't
stupid.
So stupid.
So the Lucha Bros, they do their Cero Miedo chant, meaning no fear. But then the Young Bucks reply with Cero Huevos, no balls.
No balls.
Ooh.
Matt Jackson gave Phoenix multiple Northern Lights suplexes across the ring until he suplexed him on a ladder. That was cool. Phoenix Hurting Karana Nick off the top rope onto a ladder. Pentagon Jr. and Matt were halfway up a ladder, and Pentagon gave Matt a sling blade off of it.
That was crazy.
That was pretty cool.
Yes. Later, Phoenix was on the apron, and there was a ladder between him and Nick, who was inside the ring. Phoenix jumped over the top rope from the apron, through the ladder to hit Nick with a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Super spot.
Later, Pentagon was on the top of a ladder. Matt was a few rungs lower, and this was the craziest spot of the night, I think.
Yeah, I
because
think so.
Pentagon flipped and gave Matt a Canadian Destroyer through a fucking table in the ring.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
That is super fucking
You're going head
dangerous.
first off a ladder
from like
through
6
a
feet.
table. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't get busted open on his head
Yeah.
or something.
That should have been the end of the match. I mean, that was the best spot. Pentagon and Matt were lying on two tables on opposite sides of the ring, so Nick and Phoenix climbed the two different ladders, and at the same time, as if they were a team,
Yes.
they splashed on the other two guys.
Yes. And this isn't the first time something like that happens in this match.
Yes. Yeah, they did it earlier. And, later, Nick Jackson was on the top of a ladder in the ring trying to grab the titles, but Pentagon pushed the ladder over, and Nick went through a table outside the ring and almost missed it.
He almost did because he kind of hit the ropes on his way out.
Yes. So that could have been very scary.
Deathly.
Very deathly.
Very deathly. Pentagon and Matt were fighting on top of the ladder in the ring, but Matt took off Pentagon's mask, so he jumped off to cover his face, and then Phoenix jumped off the top rope towards Matt, but Matt super kicked him. He's about to grab the titles, but then Pentagon, he's just covering his face, and he pushes the ladder over, and Matt falls on top of it. In the end, Pentagon put his mask back on, pile drived Matt onto a ladder that was
Onto a ladder.
probably supposed to break.
Probably.
And then the Lucha Brothers slowly climbed the ladder together.
That's when the ladder was positioned between the barricade and the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they climbed the ladder together. Lucha Bros retained their titles. And then after the match, or win them back, were they the champs?
They were the champs. They retained.
Retained, yep.
Yeah.
But didn't they lose? I don't know.
No, they retained him.
Okay. So then, after the match, two guys in presidential masks came out, pushed the Lucha Bros off the ladder, and then beat up the Young Bucks. And they take off their masks, and it's the Shining
Enzo and
Stars.
Cass. Oh,
No.
not Enzo and
It's
Cass.
Primo and Epico. No.
The Shining Star.
It's Santana and Ortiz, formerly known as LAX in Impact Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And they're from Puerto Rico
I know those guys.
because they have a flag, a
Yeah.
Puerto Rico flag. So there you go.
All right.
LAX.
LAX.
New
The only
tag team in
surprise of
mix.
the night is LAX.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Does Orange Cassidy count? That was pretty good.
Yeah. I liked Orange Cassidy better than
He's not a debuting surprise,
LAX
though,
coming out.
You know?
Yeah. So for the main event, we have Hangman Adam Page versus Chris Jericho for the AEW World Championship. Adam Page comes out to the ring riding on a horse. wearing some HBK-inspired chaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were.
They had his face on the ass.
It literally said HBK on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got him at his garage sale.
Jericho did not have a special entrance this time.
No.
He's all business.
His entrance as at Double or Nothing, remember, was awesome.
He didn't have like the weird face paint either. Yeah.
And the announce team made a big deal about how it's the first time a female is refereeing for a world championship main event on a wrestling show.
Is that really a big deal? Because it's just a referee.
Right. But they,
It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal.
I liked her as a ref.
No,
She was a
I
great
was like,
ref.
oh, this is cool, you know.
Yeah, but she was good.
she was good.
Right.
She was cute.
She's
Helps.
yes, she's
Yeah,
very.
she
cute.
gets in Jericho's face.
Yeah.
She's like, I will end you.
So Paige did a running shooting star press from the apron to the outside, but Jericho turned it into a code breaker. Later, Jericho goes for the lion salt, but Paige meets him on the second rope and hits a side Russian leg sweep. Late in the match, Paige gave Jericho a big punch, and which busted Jericho open. So we have blood.
Bloody.
We have blood. Paige hit a swinging neck breaker off the top rope, which Jericho kicked out of. Mm-hmm. Later, Paige was on the apron. Jericho went for his jump kick, where he goes from the second turnbuckle, but Paige super kicked him. Yeah. Again, there were some good spots in this match.
There was good spots. The pacing was good, and there was wrestling.
There was wrestling.
This is like, you want to do a spot fest, that's cool, but have wrestling between it.
Right.
You know?
Jericho locked in the walls, but Paige eventually made it to the ropes, but Jericho wouldn't let go, so female ref pulls him off. Jericho retaliates with a shove to the female ref, and she yells at him.
Oh, she gets...
She yells at
Cool.
And she yells at him.
It was a cool moment. Later, Paige hit a moonsault off the top rope onto Jericho on the outside. Paige goes for the buckshot lariat, flipping into the ring, but Jericho hits the code breaker.
That was cool.
But Paige kicks out. Paige ends up hitting the Deadeye, which is his finisher. It's like a backwards tombstone.
Uh-huh.
And he goes for the pin, but Jericho barely gets a shoulder up. And this is... Even the ref sold this moment very well.
Oh, yeah.
When he kicked out, she was like shocked. She was like, oh my God.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Because like she was going for the 3, and then he kicks out, and she just had to like throw her. She had to like throw her body down. She's like, "No, it's only 2."
Yeah, it was a really good sell by the ref. Paige goes for another Deadeye, but Jericho turns it into a roll up. Paige kicks out, but then Jericho hits the Judas effect, and then he slowly crawls to Paige and pins him to become the first ever AEW World Champion.
Also the youngest AEW champion.
As well as the oldest.
As well as the oldest.
Yeah. Newest.
And the middle-agest as well.
Very middle-agest.
Yeah.
But I love how Jericho, like, after the match, he goes from, like, celebrating, like, yeah, I won it, to, like, crying because he's hurt.
Yeah.
He'll be like, yeah. He's just, like, crying. And you can hear someone counting down from 8 as the show goes off the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like 8, 7, 6, 5. And I was like, oh, I guess nothing else is happening.
Yeah.
You mean like a producer?
Yeah.
Oh.
You could hear that.
Counting it down for Jericho?
No, like just, we're ending the show at 8, 7.
You know, like as soon as Jericho won, like everyone's like, all right, here comes Punk. You know, like they're just waiting and foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Right. So after this, they have a post show where Jen Decker, and this was my favorite part of the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Jen Decker tries to interview Jericho, but he grabs the mic from her, and this is just Jericho being Jericho.
Isn't it funny how whenever somebody wins a world championship, there's always a standing ovation, champagne, roses, flowers, yet I got a whole backstage area filled with mutes. Nobody can believe that Chris Jericho is the first AEW champion. Pure silence. There's no thank you for Chris Jericho. There's no round of applause for Chris Jericho, but that's okay, because I got my own thank you, because I'm the first AEW champion. Oh, you see that, Bucks? Chris Jericho, the first champ. How apropos, isn't it?
Great match, Chris.
Yeah, thanks. That's all you're going to say?
Congrats, man.
Yeah, no thank you from the Young Bucks?
Is that what you really want? You just want to thank you? You just won the title.
You know what? You know what? Even if you did thank me, I wouldn't even accept it. Okay? Congratulations on having Chris Jericho as the new AEW champion. The pleasure's all yours, Bucky boys. Be quiet. All you be quiet. Look at you. Nice hair, idiot. What's your name? I don't care. Shut
Wait,
your
pause
mouth.
it. Pause it. I think that's Brian Pillman's son.
Hold on, let me go back.
Oh, probably.
Oh, there's people backstage. Yeah, I mean, he's been on.
You can be quiet. All you be quiet. Look at you. Nice hair, idiot.
Yeah, I
What's your
think that's
name?
him.
I don't
That was
care.
him,
Shut
yeah.
your mouth. All the cops can't believe it. Paramedics. Huh? Where were you when I was bleeding to death? Standing around like a bunch of morons. Look at you, giant idiot.
Guys laughing.
First AEW champion.
How would you not?
And the whole city of Chicago, the loudest city in the world, renowned for being the best wrestling crowd in the world. Everyone's silent. No one knows what to say because Chris Jericho's the first AEW champion. Look at this, a whole other round. All you guys can stand in the back of the line. All of you. Look at you. Librarian, you gonna tell me to shush? Up yours. Scorpio Sky, you'll never get a shot at this. You hear me? None of you guys. Idiots.
Idiots. So glad he's going back to saying idiots.
I guess I'll just have to have my own celebration, won't I? Since nobody else seems to be here. That's fine. I'm an only child. I got no problem celebrating by myself. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Cheap salami. What Jericho gets. Bunch of crap. Look, olives. Look at this. Look. This olives, there's nothing in there. And you look at this one. There's a little guy in there. Can't even get proper olives, can you? What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Huh?
He is bruised.
And then they go to the fucking announce team, and it's like, no, just stay on Jericho.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
All
we-
night. I want
yeah.
Jericho all night. Can we follow him around?
Jericho needs a live stream 24/7.
We'll get there's some more. I'll get back to that because so he does all that, and then Adam Page takes questions from reporters, but then Pac walks up talking trash. He says he returned to AEW for revenge, and he throws a water bottle at Page before walking away. So I guess that'll be in the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
to determine who was going to fight Jericho.
Right. So Pac says, I'm sorry, we already got that. Oh, so then we go back to Jericho's locker room, and some guy named Chad presents Jericho with the title. Hold on, let me find it.
He's carrying the title.
I know, but then they do like a presentation thing here.
Going to be presented the AEW Championship belt, the title right here. And I want you to present it. I've seen you walking around the office, right? What's your name? Charles?
Chad.
Chad! You're a little nervous, aren't you?
No way.
Okay, you shouldn't be. Come on, tell me what you're going to say.
No way.
Jericho.
Yeah.
On behalf of All Elite Wrestling,
Yeah.
I'd like to present this championship as you are the first ever AEW World Champion.
We need a little bubbly for that, right? Woo! It's a party, baby! Now give me my title. Look at this. First AEW champion. Chad is excited, isn't he? Everyone's excited. It's a rock and roll party tonight in Chicago. Get ready, Main Street, downtown Chinatown. Chris Jericho's coming for you. Schomburger's going to be rocking tonight, baby. Woo! Oh, yeah! Woo! Here we go. Come on. Want some? Oh, final shot. There we go. Bottom line is this. The celebration's on tonight. Because Chris Jericho is the new AEW champion. I'll tell
I
you
mean,
what, it's up
Chris
for us.
Jericho just
And then they
he's
fucking
gonna-
cut him off again.
Yeah.
It's like, just leave it on him. Why can't we have like a half an hour of this? So fucking great.
That's the most I've smiled in the whole pay-per-view.
This is why
I wasn't even part of it.
This is why AEW on Wednesday on TNT is going to be great, because it's going to be Jericho doing this shit.
Hopefully.
You know?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So that was fucking awesome. Jericho being Jericho.
So what should we grade it? I'm torn. I'm around a B- right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of where
Like-
I'm living.
If I gave it a number grade, it'd probably be like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Maybe
Yeah,
closer
not
to
for
a
me.
7.
Well, what would a B be? A B's like in the 80s.
Yeah. B or a C.
Oh.
I
If
mean,
that's the case, then I'm going to have to go with a C.
yeah. I mean, look, there was some good
C
stuff
plus?
for sure, but there was some stuff that didn't make sense and
Sure.
that didn't translate well into the show that kind of took it down. Like, even if you want to take out what was on their kickoff or their buy-in, their women's match was really slow, really boring.
Yeah.
Why do you still have Luchasaurus losing every match? The ladder match, while it was great, it was spot after spot. Like what we talked about earlier, there's not even time for selling.
You have to sell.
Yeah.
If you don't sell in a wrestling match, I don't want to watch it.
Well, like once
it's too silly.
Yeah.
Once you get pile drived off a ladder through a table, you should be dead.
Done.
You shouldn't be
never
in the
you're
match
out.
anymore.
Get up again.
You're out.
And he
Right.
got up for something, for like 10 more minutes.
Right.
It was still an amazing spot. I'm fine with a B-, I think.
I'll give you a B-. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's similar to what Double or Nothing got.
Right.
Double or Nothing just had the better ending because they had fucking Moxley debut.
Yeah, exactly. I think their next pay-per-view, which was like Full Gear.
Yeah, the next one is Full Gear, November 9th in Baltimore.
I think that one's going to be better because they'll have like a month or and a half on TV.
Yeah.
So you can start developing stories and letting us know who characters are and develop them. Like we're still going in blind with.
And you'll get
who's
Moxley
this guy?
back.
Is he? Yeah, exactly. What do they do? What's their story?
I'm not at a moment in my life yet where I can't miss an AEW show. Not there yet.
Right.
Well,
Not
it's
there yet.
because there hasn't been one yet. So you have nothing to judge it on, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying sure there has been. There's been plenty of shows. Like I wasn't going into All Out going like I have to see this. I was like, I'll see it. We'll recap
Well,
it.
we kind of have to.
But
That's kind of how I feel about Raw every week.
yeah,
I have to watch this.
Yeah.
I've just been indifferent. I'm not like. Were you excited about All Out?
I was hopeful.
Yeah.
But again, like,
Well, I was more-
don't. When you don't know who anyone is or what the story is,
We gotta.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was really excited for Moxley and Omega. That was what I was excited about the most.
Right.
And that, unfortunately, But I was looking forward to Jericho and Cody and Spears
Like-
having their match.
going into it, I was like, okay, so Hangman Page, I think, needs the win, but I really want Jericho to win.
Yeah, there was no way Page was winning.
Yeah.
Jericho's their Hogan. You
Exactly.
move him over. That's why. That's how you get the ratings in the first place.
Right, yeah.
You get all the fans to tune in. Because it's Jericho.
Yeah.
We've got some other news here. Cody Rhodes kicked off StarCast on Thursday with a sit-down panel, and he had a Q&A with the fans. One fan asked Cody if AEW's TV show will feature 20-minute promos, and Cody responded, "No chance in hell."
Nice.
He also said that AEW on TNT will not be held to the standards of TV PG.
That's good.
So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
AEW also announced that Dustin Rhodes was signed to a multi-year deal. They said he will continue to wrestle, but he was also joining the coaching staff as a promo coach and match producer. And then Tony Schiavone also signed with AEW to be a producer, and he's already denied that he will be a part of the broadcast team because everyone thought that's why they got him. And he's like, nope, not doing that.
Well, you already have a couple of guys that are doing a good job.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw old Shivani in there.
I love when JR, just because he's so old now, he's like, oh, well, why don't you explain this to me, guys? He says it so many times.
Yeah.
It's kind of like John Madden in these
Right,
last few years. John Madden was doing football, but it's still great. What do you got there?
So Tony Khan confirmed that Kylie Ray, who made her in-ring debut as part of a Fatal 4-Way at Double or Nothing, was released from AEW. He said this during a post-show media event after All Out. He said that she asked for a release and we granted it. She called me and asked if she could be released from her contract. It was pretty simple. I said, yeah. Asked if everything was okay. She said, yeah, I don't want to be with the company anymore. And that was that.
Kylie Ray is almost like a Star Wars name.
Right, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with her. Because she was a big prospect from Booker T's
Oh, really?
company. So we'll see if she shows up in NXT. Maybe she realized that the women's division there is garbage at AEW. and that she could probably be the biggest star in NXT.
You think?
The new Bailey, for sure.
Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
She's not going to beat Shayna. No one
Yeah.
beat Shayna.
Hopefully, Rhea Ripley will.
Maybe.
The same Rhea Ripley that winked at me at TakeOver Brooklyn.
I think you're remembering that wrong. You were very, very, very drunk.
No,
Yeah,
you were
hammered.
already on the hunt for the getting your food at Fuck You.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know what? That's okay. Rhea Ripley might have winked at you, but Johnny Gargano winked at me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boner alert.
Neither one of you got to pull out Shawn Michaels' hair.
Whether he wanted it or not.
Quit living in the past, man.
I live it every day.
Joe's got like a Shawn Michaels hair doll.
So with his real hair. Charlie Arnault is her real name.
Yeah.
And then
If you remember this from the beginning of the show.
yeah, just call back to some of the stuff.
Yeah.
This is ads and admissions. And then Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears' real name. Sean Dillinger.
Interesting.
No,
it's
it's
not.
It's Ronnie O'Neill.
Ronnie Arneal.
Ronnie O'Neill.
So whatever
that's
Peyton
not-
Royce's real first name is.
It's now Peyton O'Neill.
Oh, we also do have a correction that we probably have to say on the main podcast as well. But the whole trivia about the King of the Ring, Harley Race wasn't even the first. It was Don Morocco.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was. So thanks to the 20 fans who messaged me that this past week.
Yeah. Good one, Joe.
Again, it was like the first pay-per-view King of the Ring champion.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that what I should have said?
All right.
All right.
Well, that was all out, and let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
how would you
call me.
grade it?
Let me know.
Call Joe.
Call Joe.
Or leave a comment.
Yeah. His number is...
What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. And he's always right. Don't you dare have a different opinion. He sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It kinda looks like Kevin Owens. Dean Ambrose is in his daydreams, and Charlotte is in his sex dream. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. Obnoxious, crazy, loud, egocentric, no doubt that's Joe. Self-proclaimed strongest and best-looking man in the world. Loves wrestling, but only part-time. Strong, big Flair's pretty sublime, yeah. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling, oh no. Every certain most loved, and he can't really hold in his piss. He made hashtag push Eric Gallo push him off a cliff. Doesn't think Stacy Keebler is that high, and we almost forgot Josh. He's just a troll. What's wrong with